Mm. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and all that good fun stuff. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I am Trill Will LDBC or Nathaniel. And welcome to yet another live stream brought to you by me. Three things I ask when I go live. Number one, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell icon so you'll be notified when I create content on this here channel and all that good fun stuff. And number three, donate to the channel. Do your donations and stuff. Yes. But come on in. Come on in, pull up a chair. Nicholas, what's up with it? You the first one to hear the comment. Salute to you, man. Yes. Come on in. Come on in. Pam, how about it? How about it? How you doing this evening? This evening, yeah. The girls are fighting, Lord. Joe Townsend, what's up with it? My wife says she better not hear you say shit about Father's Day this year. Not a fucking word. Not now, nothing. Oh, oh man. Oh man. Joe Townsend, what's up, Brody? What's up with the show? Baby J, what's up, Queen? Mikhail, what's up, family? Oh yes, the girls are fighting. Let me be in the room so I can instigate. Mm-hmm. Hey Trump, Elon called you a bitch ass nigga. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. He said you smell like earring backs and sewage. That's what he said. I heard him. That's what that I heard him say it. Mm-hmm. I will be the instigator of all instigators. I'll be stirring up shit just to be stirring shit up. Yep, instigating. Mm-hmm. Joe said depends on the prison. John Pate, what's up, bro? She said she done enrolled me in a 4-step program, Joe. In a 4-step program. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. The girls are fighting. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but I wanted to say something about Karen Jean Pierre. And you know how maggots do. Maggots love going and running their mouth and lying about shit. But she just published a book about how she became an independent. See, I was an independent long before Karen Jean Pierre decided to come on over here to the good old side, to the good peoples. And she had a very valid reason for what she said. Mm. Hey, Mikhail, y'all peep game on this. Elon Musk, matter of fact, where did that tweet go? Where did that tweet go? Where did it 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 go? I hope I saved it. I hope I saved it. I hope I saved it. I hope I save it. Because Jasmine Crockett tweeted today, 2 hours ago. She said, watching Trump and Elon fall out is like watching two thieves argue who got caught on camera. Newsflash, it's both of y'all. Just holla, what's up, family? Mm-hmm. Trump name all over the Epstein. Look, let me explain something to y'all. First off, Bill, what's up, family? What's up, Thunder? Who didn't know Donald Trump's name was all over the Epstein files? Raise your hand. And you've been here. Here. You've been here, but you didn't know Trump's name was mentioned all up in. So that y'all ain't been paying attention. Whose name was on Katie Johnson's court docket that she had a sworn testimony on the oath? What whose name was on there? And y'all hit the like button. Hit the like button. Good God, y'all doing me disgusting. Hit the like button, Lord Jesus. The girls are fighting. But y'all mean to tell me y'all didn't know Trump's name was in the Epstein files? When Kamala Harris, man, look here. Hmm. 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 Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Fuck Donald Trump. Donald Trump's name. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna Google it for y'all. Don't worry. Dum da dum da dum da dum. Katie Johnson versus Donald J. Trump. Case number 516-CV-00797. Hmm. Hmm. Date file April 26, 2016. Complaint against defendants Jeffrey E. Epstein and Donald J. Trump. Case assigned to Judge Dolly M.G. for all further proceedings. Discovery referred to the magistrate judge Karen Stevenson. Filed by plaintiff Katie Johnson. Hmm. Taco. It ain't even Tuesday no more. Lord Jesus, Thursday. I just want y'all to see. I just want y'all, because y'all know me, I bears receipts. I bears receipts. I bear receipts. I bear receipts. Let's see. So y'all can see the receipts. So you can see the receipts. So I want to pull this in closer so y'all can see. I want to make sure y'all can see it good now. See it good now. See it good now. Mm-hmm. 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 Say what? Say huh? Say Will don't got no receipts. I am the master of receipts. Look over at section 5 of her deposition with her court filing. The plaintiff, Katie Johnson, alleges that the defendants, Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey E. Epstein, did willfully and with extreme malice violate her civil rights under 18 U.S.C. 2241 by sexually and physically abusing plaintiff Johnson by forcing her to engage in various perverted and depraved sex acts by threatening physical harm to the plaintiff and also her family. Mm-hmm. You see? Want y'all to see that there. So I don't know how it's a surprise to any of y'all that somehow Donald Trump, Elon Musk saying Donald Trump's name is all in the Epstein files is a surprise to any of y'all. His name is listed in court dockets alongside Jeffrey Epstein. So why in the fuck are y'all surprised? Why are y'all surprised?
Facts.
I'm not surprised at all. I'm not.
So
Like
this
I
being,
said, like
this
I
being,
said before, I will be the biggest instigator on the planet of Earth. I will be the biggest instigator. Me, I'm talking Cashman Trump. Elon called you a bitch ass nigga. Show did. He said your wife looked like two kneecaps at bow-legged at the same time. That what she looked like. That what he said. He said you smell like raw sewage and earring backs. That's what he said. He said it. We heard him. Me and Callie heard him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He also said he gave your wife back shots.
That's what he said.
Yep.
In the Oval Office. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. While you was playing golf, he was in there
Fact.
being the man of the office, if you will. Mm,
So that's what he told me.
mm,
He said,
mm,
he said, he
mm,
said, he swear upon it too. He put his hand right up on the Bible.
mm,
He swore
mm.
right up on it that he did it. He said,
Yep.
I swear.
Swear. We swear for God. We seen it. We synced it.
Hmm?
We synced it. We synced it. I
You
don't care
gonna you
what
gonna
y'all
let
say.
that
We
go?
synced it. We seen it. We synced it. Synced it.
I just want
Mm-hmm.
to know if you gonna push back. You gonna push back? You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
you
You
gotta
gonna
be
push
a
back?
man, dog. You gotta be a man, Donald Trump. You gotta go out there and whoop his
You
ass.
gonna
That's what you
put
gotta do.
disrespect
You
you
gotta
like
whoop
that?
his ass in front of everybody.
Facts.
Yeah. White
Can't
person,
let
what's
this
up,
man
man?
disrespect you.
Hey,
He's showing
are
us.
y'all surprised by any of this shit? Y'all shouldn't be surprised by none of this. You shouldn't be surprised by none of this. None of this stuff should surprise y'all. Like this
And
whole
Elon really did clap Stephen Miller's wife though, for real.
he sure did. He really did clap her. I know we were just making that we was making that shit up, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
He really did clap that shit, though. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why I fucked your bitch.
Mm-hmm.
What he did to Stephen Miller, he told him, he said, I fucked your bitch. What you
Yep.
gonna do about it?
Yep.
He gave him a two piece.
Yep.
He gave him a right hand with a short left hook. That's why he got that shiner on his eye.
Yes, sir. Gave her two pieces of the biscuit.
Trying to say his 5-year-old son did this shit. Like, nah, that's not what happened.
Mm-hmm. Elon rolled up like this. Hold on. I gotta turn this shit up. I gotta turn this shit up. Elon rolled up like this. E- E- Elon Elon rolled up like this. Elon rolled up like this. Elon rolled up just like this. That's why I fucked your bitch. That's what he said. He said it. Me and Callie heard it. Me and
Yep.
Callie heard that shit. We heard it. I don't know if y'all didn't hear it. Did y'all hear it? Y'all didn't hear it? We heard it. We
And
heard
Stephen
it.
Miller, after he gave him a two piece, he went to go cry in the car.
Yep.
And so
Sure
they
did.
started doing
Gave him
all
that
those.
wop wop. Went on to the car and went crying like Red on Friday. Like Red on Friday. Went to the car crying. I'm talking about ugly ass cry. Mm-hmm. Ugly ass cry. Ugly
Big
ass
old
cry. He
snot
did.
bubbles,
Showed enough
big
did.
old snot bubbles. Yeah, big old snot bubbles and shit coming. One of them old
Mm-hmm.
guitars for real good.
Mm-hmm. 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 See, y'all worried about the wrong ones. Here's who y'all should be worried about. Donald Trump is the least of your worries. Y'all should be worrying about Curtis Yarvin and Peter Thiel. Time to put y'all on game now. Y'all ready to get on game? Y'all know who Curtis Yarvin is, right? He's the one that coined the idea. Mm-hmm. He coined the idea of turning the United States into a business, running it like a business. Yeah. Mm-hmm. As anti-American as it gets. Kid Life, what's up, family? Aunt Banks, what's good, family? Hmm. I'm gonna show y'all. Oh yeah, I got to show y'all. Got to show y'all the damn recepts. Got to show y'all the recepts.
A lot of powerful people are listening to a software engineer and political writer you may have never heard of, Curtis Yarvin. He argues democracy is weak, and what the US needs to succeed is an all powerful monarch like ruler in the White House. If you think that we should maybe lose our fear of a dictator and we should have a sovereign CEO in there, how do you make sure that that person doesn't turn into the next Stalin or Hitler?
Well, Stalin or Hitler are, it's an excellent question. Stalin and Hitler are very 20th century figures. They basically they come out of this period of extremely deep barbarism in society. Hitler comes to power. He's elected democratically, of course, but he's elected democratically in a society that's just full of like millions of blood.
Bill, that's right.
Veterans.
That's right, Bill.
I don't see people like that around here.
Yarvin has readers and listeners from across Silicon Valley to Washington, D.C., and he argues that the loss of some freedoms, voting rights, and due process is worth it for a more orderly society. For years, Yarvin has been calling for a dismantling of the federal government, including retiring all government employees, eerily similar to what Doge has been trying to do.
Doge and Rage are the same. Retire all government employees.
In 2022, you wrote about
Jets.
the butterfly revolution, and you said you laid out how you thought things could be done in a way that were fast, that may be a little bit dirty, and some of the things they do seem to be doing there in the White House. Are you not pleased with how they're doing it?
No, because I think that if you basically take anything complicated and you try to do 10% of it, you're not going to 5% or maybe 1%. You're probably not going to result in anything good. I think most of my influence on sort of the Trump administration is
right, Crash. They snitching.
Who read my kind of stuff because my audience is very
and are you in touch with staffers at the White House on a regular basis?
I don't really know what a regular basis is, but
are you emailing on
are there people in the administration who are on signal groups with me? Yes, there are, but they are not the hugely important people that you might think.
But they might be in the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, you never know.
Yarvin has been writing for more than a decade, but it's his move from the fringes to mainstream discourse that's been attractive for some, but alarming for others worried about the future of American democracy.
Curtis Yarvin, democracy killer, with a lot of money. Where them fans? Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
a lot of these tech oligarchs and stuff like that, their wet dream has been to dismantle the federal government. Because they have this mindset that everything should be privatized, right? And so there should be no public sector jobs. All jobs should be in the private sector, and wages should also be stagnant as well, right? So basically, they think they have this incentive where they know what's best for everybody. They also have plans as well to set up these smart cities where they can keep watch of everybody as well, monitor you. Of course, Elon Musk, and not just Elon Musk, but other oligarchs as well. They want to discuss putting a chip inside of your brain where they can actually also monitor everywhere you go. So yeah, these people, yes.
Hey, I bet y'all didn't know this. Bet you didn't know this. Bet you didn't know this. Hold on. Shit. I'm about to switch you. Damn it. Keep cutting off and shit.
Well, this is a massive story just breaking in the New York Times. Jeffrey Epstein invested with Peter Thiel, and now the Epstein estate is reaping millions from that investment. The Times reports that Epstein, despite meeting with many powerful finance and business people during his career, only invested with a few, and Peter Thiel, the Silicon Valley billionaire with close ties to Trump, JD Vance, and Elon Musk, was one of them. In 2015 and 2016, Epstein put $40 million into two funds managed by Valor Ventures, a New York firm that was co-founded by Thiel. And today, that investment is worth nearly $170 million. In fact, it is the single largest asset still held by Epstein's estate. And for those wondering, none of this money is going to Epstein's victims. Thiel has been in the news a lot over the past few days after it was revealed that his company, Palantir, is being used by the Trump administration to compile data on and surveil Americans. We're going to continue to follow this story and more, so make sure you're following our account and add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
See?
Hold on, that's something else.
See?
That's something else that a lot of folks didn't know about, right? The Trump administration has been compiling a list that comprises of all Americans, right? So pretty much all Americans going to be on a watch list. They're going to collect data about each and every one of us. And if you get out of line or, say something horribly bad or really pretty much you're trying to set it up where if you speak ill against their leader, they can come get you. They come round you up. So this is why they compiled a database of every single American. So for all you folks out here, I'm talking about you niggas out here, Negroes who voted for Donald Trump, this is your present. You voted for this. You did. So yeah, they
Yep.
are controlling the list of every American, not some, every American.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do y'all remember that time I told y'all what the plan gonna be? That Trump was a Trojan horse, and they used his popularity just to get the White House, and then they're gonna excommunicado Donald Trump. That's coming. That's coming. Oh, y'all, y'all, okay. They coming. JD Vance is going to be the president of the United States. I told y'all. I told you. I hate to be right, but god dang, man. Y'all don't see the writing on the wall? JD Vance is eerily quiet, ain't he? Donald Trump and Elon Musk going back and forth, tweet for tweet.
But he's who they wanted the whole time. That's why they demanded that Trump put JD Vance on the ticket. They paid it. They bought that spot, that place on the ticket. Nobody else actually had a chance. Silicon Valley paid for JD
Yep.
Vance to be placed on the ticket with Donald Trump. No one even
Yep.
liked Vance.
Nope.
Not other Republican voters. He's very unpopular in the Republican Party. Not just
Mm-hmm.
with America, but with Republicans as well. Very unpopular. He would. The Silicon Valley bought him bought him the vice president seat. Literally bought it. So yeah, their goal is definitely to have JD Vance, and JD Vance has already told you that the executive branch and they should ignore any ruling coming from the judicial branch, as they have no mechanisms to actually enforce the shit, because it was like, what you gonna do? Law enforcement don't work for you.
Yep.
So you don't gotta, you can ignore any of those rulings. This is what
Mm-hmm.
JD Vance has stated over and over and over again. He also wrote about the shit. Remember that 2025. So if you want to know anything about JD Vance is he believes in absolute power,
Yep.
uniform. I mean, you said solidified power. He does not believe that power should be spread out evenly. It should be under one person. So he also believes that he wants Donald Trump to solidify it, and you never know. I mean, Donald Trump, right? They look at it like Donald Trump will live forever, or who knows what they.
Donald Trump is damn near 80 years old. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
each like
Donald Trump is damn near 80 years old and out of his fucking mind already. Everybody knows. Do you think it'll be a hard case for them to prove Donald Trump is out of his goddamn mind?
nope. But he eats unhealthy anyway. You see what he see his diet?
Yep. McDonald's and Diet Coke.
No vegetables,
None.
no fruits.
That big fat orange Oompa Loompa going, hey, boy, they just waiting for the moment.
Yep.
They are counting on it. Matter of fact,
What you
or
see
if
is
not, they're going to make sure they use that Article 25 against Donald Trump and get his real weak ass the fuck out the way, so
what
they
you
can
see
instill the spineless goofball couch fucker JD Vance. And JD Vance is going to be beholden to whatever Peter Thiel and Curtis Yarvin says. That's
facts.
what he's gonna do.
Well, you see Donald Trump, right? That dude, the stuff. He's definitely calcium deficient, right?
Yep.
You can see, like what? Look at the way his hips, right? The way he walks. This dude definitely has. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he has osteoporosis. I'm just saying. I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if he has that, right? Donald Trump definitely more than likely suffers from some form of malnutrition. I'm not saying it's severe, but it could be on its way there by the way he eats. So yeah, I just don't see Donald Trump. I think this shit gonna catch up to him. It's
Yep.
gonna catch up to him if it's not
Yep.
already.
Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Jesus. 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 Lord have mercy. This boy, whew. Shout out to Mahari in the super chat. He said the 25th Amendment is coming soon. Just watch, folks. We already told you. We told you. We told you. What do we get? Do we get a prize for telling y'all? I swear we get a prize for telling y'all. I know we should get a prize. We should get a prize.
All I know is 45, 47 better hope that Elon didn't get his hand on a copy of those Epstein files. And if something were to happen to him, they magically get released. he better, he better,
Mm-hmm.
he better hope
Mm-hmm.
on them Epstein files.
Mm.
Cause it could be real nasty work out here. Like I said, man, we'll find out too. Cause Donald Trump's talk shit, but Donald Trump still ain't really went all in on this dude yet, and that may be for a reason. So I'm gonna wait to see if Donald Trump is gonna go all in, because Elon Musk is going nuclear. So Elon Musk, this is what Donald Trump does. Donald Trump still ain't went nuclear yet. I'm waiting to see if Donald Trump's going to go nuclear. I know Donald Trump has talked about uh, ending some of his government contracts and shit like that. We'll see.
Yeah. I think Elon got too much dirt on Trump.
He just may. We're
Oh, I
going to
know he
find.
do. I know he does.
Well,
I know he does.
oh,
I know he
yeah, you
does.
said Elon Musk, he was doing all that digging, and he wasn't looking for shit on Trump too to protect
Mm-hmm.
himself. I think Elon Musk is a piece of shit. So piece of shit will screw over another piece of shit in a minute.
Yep.
So,
See, and don't y'all lose sight of the thing that Donald Trump and Elon Musk both are piece of shit, serial lying grifters with the plan of stealing everything they can steal from working class and poor people. Fuck both of them. It's still fuck both of them. It will forever be fuck both of them. Neither one of these motherfuckers are good. Neither one.
nah, two evil motherfuckers, man, who are fighting each
Two
other.
evil bastards.
Elon don't get no fucking pass for this shit. I'm like, this is shit that we already
Hell
know.
no. This shit is common knowledge. Everybody knows that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were bosom buddies. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows. This ain't even not even that shouldn't be a shocker to nobody. But can we talk about this now? Can we talk about this without me sounding like a conspiracy theorist? Without me, Trump would have lost the election. Dems would control the House, and the Republicans would be at 51 to 49 in the Senate.
That's a fact. You know why I can explain it? I said, so here's multiple things that actually made a major impact, right? Elon Musk increased the amount of bots that were on X. He
Yep.
did that shit.
Yep.
He changed the algorithm, be totally biased towards Republicans
Yep.
and totally biased towards Kamala Harris.
Yep.
I mean, if you go back and look, and you saw all the coverage on X was all negative towards the Democratic Party. You don't think that has an impact? Fucking like Twitter is like one of the biggest social media platforms in the world, and that's where all the news breaks first. So you can even put all kind of misinformation. You put out misinformation about Kamala Harris. You start seeing black folks talking about, well, Kamala Harris, no, she don't have no black, she don't have no African ancestry. Oh, she's just Indian and white. No, who told you that fucking lie? Her daddy's not black. Her daddy's Irish. Her daddy's a whole fucking black man with that fucking afro. But
Yep.
you got all this misinformation coming out about her. She sat there, grew up in Oakland, California. He'll try to say she never grew up around no black people. The fuck she didn't.
She
She's from
grew up in
Oakland.
Oakland. The
I'm a
fuck?
fucking. Then she went to fucking Howard University. They gonna act
Yes.
like none of that history. We can actually look this shit up and see pictures and all that shit. Like none of that shit exists. That's all
Right.
fake, right?
It's
And
deep
this
fake.
information grounds,
It's
bro.
deep fake.
Man, I never seen so many black people, buy into misinformation in my life. But the shit worked, man. It had a massive impact. A lot of black folks ended up staying home, or some even voted Republican, and a lot of black folks ended up flat out just hating her, and they really couldn't tell you why. You start asking them, so what are the policies? What did she do? She did this and this. Like, can you tell me more than that? The reality is they couldn't. They got these talking points on Twitter. They got them from the original Walz. right? And so, we're all looking. Yeah, what? So we saw all of it. Everything. Everything that Elon gonna do. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? If they ended up paying people something like $500 million in free advertising for Donald Trump, right? On top of buying advertising on TV and radio.
It's
But the
that
free
trick bag, family.
advertising,
It's that trick
yep.
bag.
But the free advertising she got on that he got on Donald Trump got on Twitter, but he also bought a real airtime on TV and on radio.
He
Dude
spent
spent
$277 million on Trump.
basically $300 million on Donald Trump, and plus the free advertisement on Twitter. When you add all that shit up, he probably spent damn near $750 million on this fucking guy. Almost $1 billion on this dude, man. When you can talk about the free advertisement and all the fuckery that he pulled against the Democrats and Kamala Harris on Twitter. The shit worked, and it was enough to cost Kamala Harris the election. So yes, if it wasn't for him, Donald Trump would have lost.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm-mm.
But it's something that we already know because he's spoken about it already.
Right.
I didn't even say it. He just confirmed what we already knew.
Mm. Mm-mm. Mm.
And we
Mm-mm.
know that like the bots, we know that Twitter can make a massive impact on the way people think. We know that bots can definitely impact because you're sitting there having a conversation with not even a real person.
Right. And
Like,
they
it's
all
like,
on Twitter. They run
yep.
Twitter up and down, left to right, the whole
Mhm.
fucking nine. But I got something else I need y'all to look at. Shout out to Mahari in the super chat again. He said, "Hey FBA, where are you now, clowns? Facts. She ain't black. She ain't black. But now for your viewing pleasure. I want y'all to see this.
Identity theft, cyber fraud, financial scams. Who has access to your personal information should be your decision, not up to Elon Musk. That's your data, your social security account, your tax return, your student loans, your VA health records. But Elon has cracked the code. He is now inside the agencies. He's created these algorithms that are constantly crawling through the data. And how creepy is that? Constantly crawling, constantly to the data. The Wall Street Journal reports that Elon Musk has a long history of drug abuse. Do people get upset at you if you do certain things? LSD, cocaine, ecstasy, mushrooms, and ketamine. Is this somebody you trust? This guy, Elon Musk, is dangerous to you, your family, your country, your data, your life. Just say no to Elon Musk.
I love the Lincoln Project. They be doing some fire ass damn commercials and shit. Mm-hmm. Hey, how much you want to bet Donald Trump deports Elon Musk? How much you want to bet? He gonna Uno reverse on his real weak ass. I think. Yep, class action lawsuit, Aunt Bakes. That's correct. Like Donald Trump and them really act like laws don't exist. They really do. They really do. Donald Trump and Elon Musk act like laws don't. They don't give a fuck. See, Jasmine Crockett is campaigning to be the ranking member for the Oversight Committee, and I want to show y'all a picture. Y'all see, guess what's missing from this picture? Republicans, as usual. Sir, in the super chat said, don't forget to tip the bartender. The bartender of truth, serving all of us facts, factuals. Thank you, sir. I am on the job. I am on the job. I am on the job. Yep, he threatened to take away all the Donald Trump's contracts. Like, yeah. And let Elon Musk come out and share all the data that he used, because he can do that. Like, they can equally wreck the shit out of each other. Just so y'all know. They can equally wreck the shit out of them. But y'all got to remember who Elon Musk is connected to. Trump ain't connected to Peter Thiel. Nope. Elon Musk is. Elon Musk is connected to Peter Thiel. And the plan is to get Trump the fuck out the way. They got the White House now. They got the White House now.
No, yeah, Silicon Valley wants total control of the White House. They don't want to be sitting here having to work, go through this buffoon too much longer. They really want to be total control. They really have always wanted JD Vance to be in power. I mean, if somehow Trump makes it to the next 4 years, they're going to push heavily for JD Vance. And I wouldn't
Trump
be
ain't gonna make it.
surprised.
Trump gonna make it to the next to the midterms. That's as long as he gonna make it. Cause
But
but the only
the
thing
goal.
about that, Callie, is the Democrats are fucking stupid.
Oh yeah,
They're fucking stupid. And back to what I was saying earlier. Like the Republicans love to go and try to start shit where there ain't no smoke. They love to try to start fires where ain't no smoke. Like remember Karen Jean-Pierre, who was the press secretary for Joe Biden, they tried to put out this bullshit ass story about she leaving the Democratic Party because that she just like, oh God, she's leaving the Democrats. She's leaving the Democrats because see Joe Biden's mental capacity. She's trying to cover it up. Man, shut the fuck up. The reason why Karen Jean-Pierre is leaving the Democratic Party is because she literally watched the Democratic Party turn on Joe Biden. Don't believe me. Don't.
I look personally, I think what was the toughest thing to see in the 3 weeks was there was a disconnect for me what was happening with leadership in the Democratic Party and how it was truly, as my former colleague, communications director Ben LeBold said, it was a firing squad. And I had never seen anything like it before. I'd never seen a party do that in the way that they did. And it was hurtful and sad to see that happening. A firing squad around a person who I believe was a true patriot, a person who I believe did everything that he can
Tissues, what's up, bro?
this country, a person who I believe, as I mentioned before, has done more in one term than most presidents had done in 2 terms, historical things. And I was shocked by what I was seeing.
And Karine, just to clarify, answer other Democrats and Democrat leadership coming out against Biden.
Yep, I had never seen anything like that. That was, if you're asking me, the thing that I saw in those 3 weeks, that was shocking. Shocking. And
hey, salute to you, Key.
Coming together to really be unified and trying to figure out how do we save our democracy? How do we fight back? That's what I was seeing. And, that's what we decided to do for 3 weeks. And, it was truly, truly unfortunate. And I think it hurt us more than I think folks realized to have done that.
And I know we're coming. And thank you so much.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna tell y'all why I left the Democratic Party. Tell you why I did. I left because 2016, 2015. Democrats just shown how spineless, how some of them are just as callous as the Republicans. And then, like, for instance, we can go here currently. I ain't gonna go all the way back because that's a lot of talking and I don't feel like doing it. We can go all the way back. We can go back to when they totally turned their back on Joe Biden. And they even had donors refusing to pay into the Democratic Party until they made Joe Biden step down. Over one fucking gaffe at a fucking debate. One gaffe at a debate. After he just literally ran this country like a well-oiled machine. made the fastest recovery after the pandemic. The man started he pretty much the Inflation Reduction Act, the American Rescue Plan, the Chips and Science Act, all the stuff that he was doing, trying to revitalize the infrastructure and the whole nine, job creation, all the shit. Like all the shit Joe Biden was doing during his administration, and then for the Democrat Party to just up and pull the rug off and underneath him, like seemingly at his weakest point, they turned their backs on him. Yeah, fuck them motherfuckers. It was the establishment. It was the Chuck Schumers, the Nancy Pelosi's, all these middle of the same ones who voted to censure Congressman Al Green. Those motherfuckers. The ones who voted with the Republicans with this bullshit ass fucking continuation for this bill. So they had, look, they literally had the Republicans in their fucking hands. Shut the government down. Ain't like they wasn't doing the shit already. Shut the shit down. Make them come to the fucking table. But no, Chuck Schumer's a bitch. Weak leadership. You got Hakeem Jeffrey and fucking Chuck Schumer who writing mean-spirited fucking letters when the Republicans are throwing dirt, shit, fucking spitting on people, hitting people with chairs, fucking running them over with cars, shooting them with AR-15s and shit, with a rebel flag in the middle of the rotunda. And these motherfuckers ain't got an answer in the world for the bullshit these motherfuckers out here doing. They ain't out here fighting for the American people.
Well, who's the two of the guys you just named, Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries, two of the biggest donors of Wall Street, and they also receive a lot of money from Silicon Valley as well, right?
Right.
So what they're going to tell you, don't fight back so hard, don't fight so hard. So they're doing what their donors tell them to do. But I'm going to say, as far as the situation with Joe Biden, look, the polls show that they were going to lose. I wasn't mad that they pulled the plug on Joe Biden. I didn't think that they were going to be able to win with Joe Biden. I'm sorry, but Joe Biden.
I get that, Callie, but there's different ways you can do that shit.
But the thing, though, they knew that Joe Biden had cognitive decline. They should have had spoke to Joe Biden the year before and got him out the year before, and not waiting until the last fucking minute where you were in a bad spot. Then you told Kamala Harris not to follow her instincts when her instincts had her up by 9 fucking points. When she had quote unquote the establishment, which was unfortunately Joe Biden's campaign team, when they came in, they told her to stop saying stuff like, stop saying. Remember, she was saying, "Oh,
they all weird." That shit was working good. That shit was working good.
Right?
Because look, because to the American people, it seemed like she was talking to the American people.
Right. She was.
Yes.
She connected with them on economics and on a personal level, right?
She was fucking him up. She was fucking him up. All because of the fact that she peeled off that fucking you gotta talk with an extensive vernacular. You can't say anything off the cuff. You gotta be poised. You gotta be professional at all times. You have to use big words and all that. No one wants to hear that shit. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. No one cares. No one cares about your mean-spirited bullshit letter. No one cares about you. The Republicans are bad. No shit. We all know that. We all know.
But when she was being herself, when Kamala was being herself, she was starting to run away with the election. Then she started listening to the quote-unquote experts, and she ended up losing.
What's up with it, fam? Yeah.
She literally was winning when she was doing when she was listening to herself, when she was following her instincts. The moment she went away from her instincts and started listening to these dumb motherfuckers, she lost.
Exactly. She should have stayed on what she was doing. She should have stayed on what the fuck she was doing. She was fine. Do what you've been doing. Talk to the American people. And she was talking to the American people until suddenly she switched up.
What it showed you is that she actually had good political instincts, but when she decided, said, no, we know we got winning strategy. No, your strategy didn't fucking work. Her strategy was working. You should have let her keep doing what she was doing, and then they controlled everything that she said, and they had her all mixed up. She had good responses for answers. For questions, right? She had good answers for questions. But the moment she started listening to these fucking people, she started coming out with these canned answers and responses, and it just came off as inauthentic. And that's what hurt her. That also hurt her in the end. If she would have been allowed to be herself, she would have been just fine.
And here's my measuring stick for what the Democrats need to do to revitalize their party.
When I left, we were talking about Elon. And so I want to make sure that we don't forget him. I know that some people want us to forget Elon and act like he never existed, but we're not going to do that. We are talking about AI today, and I can tell you what real people in my district care about. I had a few town halls and I talked to some seniors, and they were concerned about their data and their information and how it was being used. And they wanted me to answer questions that I just didn't have the answers to about what has Elon done with their tax information, their social security information, their health information, banking information about their credit histories. And instead of demanding answers, Republicans just blocked our motion to subpoena him to testify before this committee. And I'd ask at this point for unanimous consent to enter into the record a picture of who all was in the room when we took the vote. Madam Chair?
No objection.
As well as, since our clerk was ready and she knew who was in the room, the actual record of who was in the room at that time.
No objection.
Thank you so much. 5 months into the 119th Congress, and no one from the administration or DOJ has appeared before this committee to explain why they're invading the privacy of Americans. And the irony of it all is, during a 2023 hearing, I remember Chairman Comer stating that, quote, "We've witnessed big tech autocrats wield their unchecked power to promote their preferred political opinions. And now he and committee Republicans are here helping the world's richest man to do just that. They're letting him spy on companies competing for government grants, but worse, they're letting him spy on you, the American people." Look, we can all agree that incorporating emerging technologies like artificial intelligence into government operations can be effective. However, these technologies shouldn't be used to weaponize the government against the public.
That's how you fight. Oh, and I want to answer your question. He said, "Why are you guys pretending that Kamala isn't a cop?" I never said she wasn't. She was an AG, she was a DA, then she was a senator, and then she was vice president. Then a bunch of lies got told about her.
The idea is she was superior to any fucking Republican that was available.
Exactly. What's your point saying she was a cop? We know that. All of us know that. Everybody in here knows that Kamala Harris was the law and order. She was the law. But everybody voted for the fucking felon. Like that was gonna make shit better.
She was the top cop in my state of California. She was also the top cop in the city of San Francisco as well.
Factuals.
What you fucking do?
Factuals. But I'm telling y'all, America chose a felon. And why they chose a felon is easy to pick out. They chose the felon because of racism. They said the economy, they said eggs, they said groceries, they said gas, they said all kinds of other dumb shit. But at the end of the day, it was to hold on to racism.
Oh, but we'll ask them this question. So are you telling me you prefer this shit that we have right now? Do you prefer this?
Because we wouldn't have none of this shit going on if Kamala Harris was president.
To that question, do you prefer this, what's currently going on? Do you prefer?
Hold on. None of the shit you saying, Armor Goat. I get what you saying. You voted for her, but she didn't feel real to you. How the fuck was she supposed to feel real to you? How's Donald Trump feel real to you? We just use facts. Let's talk facts. Let's talk absolutely facts, okay? Sheila, what's up, Queen? Let's talk facts, okay? Let's talk facts. It's a fact that Kamala Harris was a prosecutor. She was an attorney. She was a district attorney. She was an attorney general. She was a senator. She was a vice president. It is also a fact that Donald Trump was a fucking criminal, been sued over 4,000 times for not paying people, bankrupted multiple casinos, cheated on every fucking wife he had, was a fucking dirtbag, gaffled and fired the whole pandemic response team only for a pandemic to hit our shores and kill over 1 million people because of his unpreparedness. These are facts, like facts. It's also a fact. It's also another fact that Kamala Harris, along with her and Joe Biden, their administration created more jobs. Their administration cut down the deficit. Their administration raised more fucking money. Their administration raised more jobs. Their administration did more for the regular American people, the working class, us, the ones who go to work every day, us, not billionaires sitting here sipping their lattes and shit on their yachts and shit while we struggle to make ends meet. Not that.
Can we
Not
say
none of
this
that.
too?
At the
Can we say this
same
too?
time, consistently watch. They're doing all that. Donald Trump is crying like a bitch about the 2020 election and how he fucking lost when he knew it was a lie. He lied and staged the insurrection on broad daylight and on national TV. We seen it. This ain't no fucking what if this happened? What? No, these are fucking facts. We watched Donald Trump's brainless fucking monkeys climb the wall at the White House, break into the White House. Ashley Babbitt tried to break in the Senate chambers after being warned multiple times. She was committing a felony offense, trying to break
She
in,
was a
got a
fucking
bullet
thug.
for her trouble,
We don't
died.
right. She was a
Who the
fucking
fuck
thug.
cares? I don't. Her fucking
She was
dumbass
a thug.
decision. She threw away
Ashley
20
Babbitt,
years of
Ashley
her Air
Babbitt.
Force service to be a fucking cuck for Donald Trump.
Call her.
We
She's a
knew
fuck.
all these facts going into the 2024 election. And you mean to tell me that Kamala Harris didn't feel real?
Yeah,
But Donald Trump fucking did.
But Ashley Babbitt was a fucking thug. Let's make that clear. Donald
Facts.
Trump, right of his quote inauguration, he fucking scammed his supporters out of billions of dollars. He became a crypto billionaire within 24 fucking hours of his Trump meme coin. Was Kamala doing that? Is that what you call being real?
No,
You think Kamala would have done?
Jax, I get what you're saying. I get what I'm not coming down on Armor Goat, but I'm just saying, like, that's not Kamala Harris's fault. That's not her fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's their party's fault. She didn't have nothing. She did the best with what she had. She did the best what she had. She did the best with what she had. She
And
did
she
the
only had
absolute. She ran a fucking campaign of campaigns in 4 months, less than 4 months.
because she had a couple of months to get this shit done, bro. I mean,
Yes,
we're
she
asking.
had almost 4 months to run a successful campaign. And the only reason why she lost is because dumbasses sat at home and they didn't think about the threat of how big and bad and how disgusting a Trump presidency 2.0 would be. Nobody thought about that shit. Everybody was in their bullshit ass feelings. I'm gonna sit on King Couch. I'm gonna sit at home. What the fuck did that get you? That got you this bullshit. That got you your rights being fucking violated. That got your personal data all over the fucking internet. God knows where the fuck is at. That got Elon Musk gutting fucking government agencies that was prone to protect who the fuck you are and what the fuck you have. Now we got Donald Trump in the biggest band of fucking window licking retards we ever seen on this side of the Mississippi running the White House. None of these motherfuckers are qualified. None of these motherfuckers are intellectually sound. None of these motherfuckers know what the fuck they're doing. You got a fucking felon. You got a fucking heroin addict. Who's a fucking felon? Look, RFK Jr. is a fucking felon. Oops. He's a fucking felon. Look up the case.
And Elon Musk was a potential. He was a potential felon. I just said
till he got rid of them charges off his ass. That's the whole look. Doge was nothing but a cover up for them to erase oversight from Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They're one and the motherfucking same. I don't know how in the fuck else I can tell y'all motherfuckers that Elon Musk and Donald Trump is just like night and day. They exist. One's a fucking ketamine addict and one's an old fucking dipshit. Both of them are still the same result.
Who was being investigated by the NLRB and by the CFPB?
Elon Musk. He was being investigated by USAID, which he fucked up. He was investigated by the NLRB, the FEC, the SEC. He was investigated by every last one. All 12 of those fucking agencies that he destroyed, he was being investigated for some bullshit he was doing.
And that's why he did it, because his ass was under investigation.
Yes, that's it. That is all. We knew all this shit going on. The fuck all that trying to get to know her and shit. I'm trying to say democracy. Fuck all that shit. Fuck that. I know if I gotta choose between Kamala Harris and fucking Donald Trump, fucking AKA fucking Shitler, I'm picking Kamala Harris 900,000 times out of 900,000 motherfucking times.
And she was the wicked witch in the West.
I would not give a fuck. This better than this shit.
Yes.
We are the laughing stock of the world right now. Our place in the world is shit. We're on the side of fucking Russia. We're on the side of fucking Israel. Bumming babies. We're on that side.
We got a 30% tariff on China, which is insanely high.
I'm fucking fool. I'm fucking livid. Because of the fact that I watched the Democratic Party. I watched them. And trust me, when I tell y'all I'm involved, I was involved with the Democratic Party. I was involved, not just on the computer, in real fucking life. I was going to the fucking conferences and shit, doing work, me and my friends. We still got fucking messages and shit that we share every day about politics. We talk every fucking day. Still, I ain't never said I hated the Democratic Party. I just said I can't be a part of that bullshit. Because they on some bullshit. The way they did Joe Biden is some next level bullshit. You would expect some shit like that out of the Republicans. They literally cut him off. They literally cut him off at the knees and just said, fuck Joe Biden. Fuck everything he did to make the Democrats look good. Fuck all that. He's old now. Off. Be gone. No compassion. No kind of heart. No kind of love for that man.
The biggest problem with the Democrats is their love affair with money. That's their biggest.
Right.
Back. See, they'll fight back against people who are actually really, really progressive. Notice they fight hard against progressive, right? If you have progressive ideas and you want to push single parent health care, you want to push tuition-free college, right? You want more support for unions, right? You're looking for real protection for labor. They'll fight you hard, right?
Right.
But when it comes to Republicans, they lay down like a dog.
Yep.
When Republicans come to play, and I'm sorry, I can't fuck with shit like that, man. Like, wait a minute, you see that ferocity you just fought against people who think like myself? Why don't you fight like that against Republicans? Fight with that same ferocity. When Mitch McConnell brings his old half crippled ass up there, when his half frozen face and shit, when he comes up there, Mitch McConnell comes up there saying a bunch of crazy shit. Why don't you fight with the same ferocity? But they don't. They become like fucking poodles when it becomes to the Republicans. They turn into fucking lions. They turn into full adult lions or fucking a male tiger when it comes to us, or a fucking grizzly bear, right? When it comes to us. But when it comes to Republicans, they turn into a fucking poodle. Right. Fuck out of here, man. I'm like, man, I'm tired of that shit. So, and you see it right now. There's not a lot of Democrats fighting. It's only about 8 of them. But we back here for Donald Trump, still voting, or the Republicans still voting for some Republican pieces of legislation. Why the fuck are you helping the Republican Party? You're supposed to be the opposition, not an ally. The fuck you gonna be a Democrat? I mean, the Republicans are 100%, right? Republicans 100% in unison. Like you have like Susan Collins, right? Who
Right.
we're talking about, they call her moderate. This bitch votes 90% of the time for Republicans.
She's a
How the fuck?
Republican.
How is she a
Fuck
fucking
Susan
moderate?
Collins.
90%
Been
of the
said it.
time. Yep.
John Fetterman. Fucking goddamn John Fetterman. Fucking Christian Cinema. Fucking Joe Manchin. Look, do I need to keep going? Do I need to keep going? I understand. Like again, like I said, I'm an independent for the reasons. I'm an independent because I know I can vote with whoever aligns with my beliefs.
John
Whoever
Fetterman.
aligns with it, you got my vote. Just like Kamala Harris aligned with my beliefs. She aligned with what I want with my future for my kids. I want my daughters to have full autonomy over their bodies. I ain't want no old ass fucking wrinkled up white man in Washington D.C. telling my daughters what the fuck to do with their bodies.
But here's the thing, though, Will, right? So Kamala Harris doesn't have to be perfect. I get it, right?
She
So
don't.
it's like you may like somebody else, right, better. But when it comes down to the final two people, right, you're supposed to vote for. If you consider Kamala Harris to be evil, you gotta take into account who's worse. Who's worse? That's Donald Trump. It ain't even fucking close. It
Nope.
ain't even close.
Nope.
So that's an easy decision. And I think a lot of folks still get, and they feeling just when it comes to a point when it's in the primaries, that's your time to try to vote for the people you want, right? You can want to try to get out there and go work for the people that you actually like in the primaries. When we get to the general election, now you have to go in and vote for the guy. Who's the lesser of two evils. You have to. If you think that the one Democrat is evil, well, then you got to vote for the lesser of two evils, which is going to be the Democrat. The Republican Party is flat out fascist. They're not an option at all. So even the worst Democrat is still better than a fucking Republican any day. Sorry, but that's just facts over feelings. Facts over feelings. You got to start making these kind of decisions. You got to be adults here. It sucks. Yes, sometimes I know you'll see that a third party, but third parties have no chance to win. They don't. So you got to live in the real world and they'll come to reality. The Green Party ain't about to do shit. Matter of first thing is, anyway, is Jill Stein is a fucking grifter anyway. That bitch ain't out here right now. If she really cared about trying to get elected, she should be campaigning now. But she's been fucking quiet. So I don't want to hear anything about the fucking Green Party, who
Nope.
only showed up
Fuck
for a couple
them.
years to take votes away from the Democrats. Fuck the Green Party. Because if they were serious, they'd be out working now. They would have started working the day Donald Trump got elected to try to get themselves out there like, well, we're coming to be a player. We're coming to win. And we're campaigning across the country now. But they only show up. They only show up when
So
they'll
they can
right.
grift. They show up to grift. They show up to grift. That is
They'll be
it.
back in 2028. The Green Party will be back in 2028. That's when you'll hear from them again. Facts over feelings.
That the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yep, tissues for MAGA. That's what I'm saying. These motherfuckers, like, okay, every time the Democrats get in power, matter of fact, let's just do this. When the Democrats had control of Congress, when Donald Trump's second half of his administration, when they impeached him twice, why didn't they get any significant legislation done then? Because Republicans filibustered the fuck out their ass. Why in the fuck is the Republicans, every time the Republicans get in power, they shit pass just like that? No problem. No bumps in the road, no nothing. The only thing you had was Cory Booker doing that performative bullshit buck dancing artist shit in the middle of the fucking floor trying to compete with racist ass Strom Thurmond from South Carolina. What he
You
do like I say,
knew what
like
you
I
just
say
brought up.
all the time. I say this shit every time, and I'm not gonna quit saying it. I'm gonna say this shit till I'm blue in the face. It ain't what you say, it's what you do that defines who you are. Cory Booker is talking for 25 minutes and not saying shit, ain't moving the needle to help the American people. You talk for 25 hours, but you still buck dancing. You still voting with the Republicans. You still confirming their fucking people. The fuck? All these motherfuckers sitting over here doing this performative bullshit in front of our face are sitting here right now just counting the money. Counting the money.
But hold on, here's the thing though, right? We know Republicans are fascists. When the Democrats get in power, they should get rid of the fucking filibuster. A lot of Democrats don't want to get rid of the filibuster, not because they're the past don't want them. That's the point here. But Cory Booker, right, who raises a lot of money from Wall Street, from had more regulation. They don't want taxes being raised to pay for public schools around the country. That makes
your phone breaking up, bro. Your shit is breaking up bad. Your shit breaking up bad. Mm-hmm. I tell y'all what, don't y'all get caught up in James Comer's dumbass fucking stupid pointless investigations either. Like, he trying to subpoena Joe Biden's doctors as if the doctors are going to be able to tell his stupid ass anything. You know, because of HIPAA laws and shit and privacy and confidentiality. He can't tell fucking James Comer's dumb hillbilly hick ass anything. All this shit is a cover up for them trying to push this fucking bill through so that Donald Trump and his raggedy ass buddies can steal billions of dollars from all of us while we struggle even more. Even more. So y'all talking about John McCain. John McCain is more presidential than Trump will ever be on his best day. That right there in itself speaks of magnitude. Just again, my measuring stick is this. I watch Jasmine Crockett, I watch AOC, and I know those two women both were campaigning for top spots. AOC for Oversight being one of them, and Nancy Pelosi putting a cancer-ridden dude in her, knowing he was dying. You put him in place. You put him in her place where she is the most vibrant fucking soul in the Democratic Party. You push her aside and you put in Conley. And no, I was against that. I was against that. Full stop. Ilhan Omar, I like her. I like her, but she's too quiet for me. Way too quiet. Way too quiet. Way too quiet. Just yeah, he can't though. He can't, Diane. He can't do it anyway. Not if he wanted. He wants to bad, but he can't. Trump can't overrule another president's pardons. The fuck? Because if that was the case, the next president, which I'm willing to bet money is going to be a Democrat, if they went in office and reversed all 1,700 and something pardons that Donald Trump issued out to let his little criminal buddies free, you would not stop hearing Fox News will be running fucking telethons for months, whining and bitching and crying about it. Yeah. Whining, complaining, and bitching. That's all you will hear. So I'm telling y'all, I am telling y'all, don't get caught up in all this shit with Elon Musk and Donald Trump and Elon Musk going back and forth on Twitter. Don't get caught up in that shit, cause both of them ain't shit. Both of them ain't shit. They ain't shit. They ain't never gonna be shit. Yep, tissues, I seen it. Cause those people do not have to pay. Look, y'all gotta think about it. All those people that Donald Trump let go, that he pardoned, they had money attached to them, restitution. Then they go and talk about, well, Joe Biden pardoned people. Look, Joe Biden only pardoned like 80 people. But he did not pardon anybody like Donald Trump pardoned. He didn't hold any dinners to where people can go pay $1 million, and the next thing you know, poof, gone. 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 All they do is deflect, deny. They'll push off the blame. They'll blame somebody else. They'll blame their number one whipping boy, Joe Biden. Like I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of Joe Biden. Still ain't the biggest fan of him. But I can say this, I wouldn't dare sit on the internet and lie and say he was a terrible president when he wasn't. He wasn't. He was not. Sorry, he wasn't. The numbers, no, despite how you feel about Joe Biden, despite how you feel, shit, you can talk about the crime bill, 94 crime bill, you can talk about all the shit, the bullshit ass comments he made, you can talk about all that. But that's the only thing people got to talk about Joe Biden. One thing I can say about Joe Biden, he tried to make amends for the shit that he said and done. He at least tried to make amends for it. Because you can't name a racist thing. Well, I can name one or two. He's way better of a man than Donald Trump is. He's 10,000 times better of a man than Trump was. Right, Desmond. I don't give a fuck about NBA YoungBoy. Don't care. He ain't done shit. He ain't done shit to help Black Americans or Black folks in America at all. What has NBA YoungBoy done? Nothing. Peddle his bullshit music I ain't never listened to? No. Nothing. Yep, tissues, that's it. But you got to understand, tissues, I can't hold one person accountable because one person alone didn't pass that goddamn bill. You got to also remember the NAACP and the Black Congressional Caucus was in there endorsing for Joe Biden to sign that bill too when he was a senator. See, it's one thing to talk about one thing. It's something to talk about one thing, but it's another to talk about something in context. See, I would be wrong to sit here and say, well, Joe Biden passed the 94 crime bill that disproportionately affected Black folks. That would be absolutely fucking wrong and short-sighted. Reason being is because Joe Biden wasn't the only person that signed that bill into law. It wasn't. That is a fact. And like I say, I deal in facts. You might like it, you might not like it. Cool. I still love you. But at the end of the day, still, his signature wasn't the only one on that motherfucking bill. You can pull the HR number and look it up. He had plenty of signatures that signed right alongside, and some of them look just like me. So, like I said, I can't give. Right, Desmond? Some regular smug like me get locked up. I ain't getting no pardon. Jesse Jackson, the NAACP, the Rainbow Coalition, all of them, they endorsed that fucking bill. They did. Oops. But I deal in facts. As I told y'all a billion times over the sun, I deal in facts, son. I don't just man, Joe Biden responsible for no, I can't put the foot. I can't lay that at the feet of Joe Biden. It wasn't just him. You got $1 million, give it to Trump. You'll be pardoned tomorrow. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Break what? Steal billions of dollars from people. Steal it. Steal it. Then just give Donald Trump $1 million. You good. You good. It was all in the plan. Tissue for Maggie. You gotta look. That's why I did that video I did. It's time for me to do another video, dog. I gotta do another informative video. Another one delving in the past. This shit is not. This is nothing new, bro. Nothing new under the sun. This is nothing new. They always gotta put a black face as the villain. Always. 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 Oh, it's the rap music. They don't talk about demon metal. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about dark metal. They don't talk about the Satan worshiping heavy metal groups out here saying all conjuring all kinds of spirits and shit. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about none of that. You always hear about gangster rap though. You always hear about gangster rap, but you won't hear about death metal. You won't hear about that shit. Yes, Ronald Reagan, the biggest dope dealer in the history of dope dealers, was the fucking problem, not Joe Biden. Just like Nixon was a fucking problem because they're fucking racist. Hey, salute to you, Lord Zoe. I'm telling y'all, go watch the 13th Amendment. The 13th on Netflix. Go watch that. That'll get you right and mad like I was. Get you good and pissed off. Because the shit was orchestrated. It ain't just a coincidence as black people get arrested for fucking crimes or unjustly imprisoned for fucking crimes they didn't fucking commit anyway. You don't hear about it. Yeah, Jesse, that may be, but you don't hear death metal being demonized like rap music is. You don't hear that shit. It's only when it's black. The only time you hear music getting demonized is when black faces are attached to it. Period. That's the only time you hear anything bad about music, bad about culture, when it's black attached to it. You don't hear anything about death metal. You don't hear anything about the Klan. You don't hear anything about all that shit. You don't hear none of that. None of it. Yeah, it sound like RFK. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking goofball. I don't feel sorry for that motherfucker at all. At all. At all. At all. These goofball retards keep trying to say, well, Joe Biden used the auto pen. He used the auto pen. It can't be valid. Take it to court then and see what happens. There's years of precedent behind it. Right, Desmond. Right. It was reality. If you listen to any commercial, you like interviews from people like Ice Cube or Tupac or anybody back in the day who's like the front runners in the whole gangster rap movement. You listen to them talk. They was telling you we was the news anchors. We were reporting on the news in the neighborhood about like Ice Cube. I'm a big Ice Cube fan. Death Certificate, America's Most Wanted. I listen to Ice Cube like shit. I love this music. Love it. Still love it. But he was talking about what was going on in LA. He was talking about what he's seen every day. What his homies went through. But you don't hear all of the fucking racist country music these motherfucking hillbillies put out. You don't hear nothing about none of that. Try that in a small town. You're threatening black folks. What are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about? That one girl, how about it? How you doing today? Yeah, KRS-One, EPMD, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul. I remember Public Enemy. I remember. But there's a reason why you had the emergence of gangster rap. You got to remember who the CEOs and executives were. You got to remember that. Why? And I got a question for you. If that weren't true, why is Sexy Red a thing now? Because that bitch can't rap, but she can push propaganda to make our young women look like whores. She can do that real good. When Little Kim was out here, shit, talking about sucking and fucking on every rhyme she did, they pushed Little Kim straight to the stratosphere. Her and Foxy Brown. Tell me I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. How is Sexy Red a thing and she can't rap worth a fuck? Get it sexy, get it sexy. Pound town, I go pound town. My booty hole brown. Pound town, I go pound down. What substance is that? I remember the days of Yo-Yo, MC Light, The Brat. Now we got this shit? Tell me propaganda ain't real. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth. I speak of the facts. I'm just telling you. Mia X out here, the southern lady, the southern queen of rap. I can keep going. Cause my fucking catalog is extensive. I listen to everybody. Everybody. I used to love listening to the MC Light and Yo-Yo. Queen Latifah. UNITY. I remember. Why do you think propaganda? I'm telling y'all, go back. Go back. That's why I showed y'all. And then again, matter of fact, I'll show y'all another one. Here's another prime example. How is it that the South lost, but the South dictates how people learn about history? How is the lost cause an explanation of what really happened in the South? after the Civil War? Why is that shit a thing? How does the losers get to tell the story of the fucking war they fucking lost when they committed treason against the United States of America? I'm a Mob Deep guy too, cause ain't no such thing as half-great crooks. Scared to duck, scared to look, they shook. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. It ain't. They shot Abraham Lincoln because they was about to give black folks they 40 acres and a mule, and those motherfucking racists was not having it. They wasn't. They wasn't having it. I'm telling y'all go back and y'all look at history. I'm talking about real fucking history. It's gonna require you to do some work. It's going to require you to do a lot of fucking work. And I promise you, it's not gonna be fun. It's not. And you're gonna get fucking enraged like I did. I got fucking enraged when I read about that shit. The white league and the red shirts and the fucking raggedy ass goofball conservatives, so-called some conservatives, fucking Christian neo-fascists, all of them running around, running amok, lying and lying and lying, talking about the lost cause and the Confederate flag is heritage somehow. When you fucking lost. You fucking lost. You're a bunch of fucking losers. Toting that stupid loser ass flag around, which the South will rise again. Carrying your with your one tooth, carrying your fat ass out there with that stupid ass rebel flag. Lying about history. Lying about real history. Because I can pull receipts. I can pull them all day long and twice on Sunday. I can pull receipts. That's one thing I'm a master in, pulling fucking receipts. Nope, Desmond. Then they came right back with Jim Crow, black codes. That's when they came back with it. That's what they did. They did that shit. They didn't care. They did not care. They didn't care. Did not care. Did not care at all. Did not. They didn't give a fuck. They still don't give a fuck. The Daughters of Confederacy, they went around and those stinking ass bitches went around painting everything with Confederate flags and lying about it. Oh, it's about states' rights. It was state rights. States' rights. Callie, you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay. States' rights. It was states' rights, Callie. It was states' rights. That's why the Civil War happened, because of states' rights. Lying.
Well, hold on. When they talk about, it's funny thing when it comes to when they're talking about the heritage, right? I said, why do they claim it to be the heritage? They said, well, the Democrats are the ones who were the ones who engaged in slavery, Jim Crow, and stuff. But you guys actually claim Confederacy as your heritage. So that means that you descend for those people, right? They
Right?
get quiet. They don't respond to that. Because I said you should stop trying to claim people if you aren't one of those Southern Democrats.
Right. So they're really Democrats then. Right? Right? They're really Democrats. See the hypocrisy? You see how easy to pull out hypocrisy from these lying dumbasses? Oh, the Democratic Party started the Ku Klux Klan. Okay. Who's toting around that motherfucking rebel flag now? Mm-hmm. Mm. Huh. Don't y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all again, don't y'all sit here and listen to none of this bullshit that James Comer and the fucking dumbass Republicans and all these fucking window licking retards. Don't listen to none of this shit they out here saying. They're only trying to muddy the water and pollute the air with bullshit so that they can hide the fact they're trying to steal healthcare from 11 million people and add trillions to the deficit and not accomplish shit. How does taking 11 million people off insurance make America great again? How? What's up, Tay Tay? You ask a Mac that question and see what the answer you get. You're gonna get complete. Oh, you're a libtard. You're a libtard. Like that's supposed to be funny. That shit is. Y'all wore that shit the fuck out. That shit is worn the fuck out.
Beautiful, better plan. So, what do you know? He's coming with a beautiful, better plan. Explain me that. Can you tell me what's in that plan? You know, stories. Type of framework for plan. You'll get silence.
Right. Look, Callie, I really want to ask a real question, dog. Cause I'm really tired of this fucking Joe Biden fucking talk and shit. I don't really give a fuck. I don't care. I want Joe Biden to get to recover and all that with his cancer diagnosis and all that shit. I get that. But what the fuck does Joe Biden have to do with anything now? Why the fuck are you talking about him? Like the whole investigation is the fact that Joe Biden is old. Well, no fucking shit. Joe Biden is he's 80 years old. He's old. He's 80 years old. What the fuck you think's supposed to happen when you get old? He's supposed to have the mind of a 20-year-old and he's 80? Donald Trump is 78 years old and he's fucking retarded. He's been stupid for a long time. And you know the funny part about this, Callie? These motherfuckers act like we didn't know that Joe Biden was old. Yes. Oh, Joe Biden was old. What? Look, y'all, Joe Biden is old, y'all. Joe Biden's old. Y'all didn't know that? Did you know? Did you know? Callie, did you know? Did you know Joe Biden was old? See, I told y'all to tell y'all some shit saying facts now. Joe Biden is motherfucking old.
Apparently a damn near almost 80. He's right.
But Joe Biden old though. He old.
Yeah, that whole shit about Joe Biden, worried about Joe Biden's age, been ignoring how old that fucking dude Donald Trump is.
Donald Trump is 2 years younger than fucking Joe Biden.
When you see Donald Trump walk, at least Joe Biden could walk faster and more brisk than Donald Trump. Donald Trump
can't even walk 2 steps without having a golf cart. This fat ass fucking malignant. Look how Donald Trump be standing. That nigga standing like he's damn skiing. Y'all know what happens when cognitive decline happens? When you got dementia or something like that? That means you can't stand up straight. Yeah. But yeah, listen to Tim Walz shit on the Republican Party.
Put it plainly, the rich are going to feast, and the rest of us will be lucky if we get scraps. 13 million kids will be kicked off free school lunch. Those kids get to go to school hungry. And all but 2 Republicans voted for this big, beautiful pile of bullshit. All but 2. You know when they voted for it? Right before 3 a.m. Every heist needs the color of darkness to get through, as you all know. But when Trump and the Republicans aren't sacrificing our livelihoods at the altar of massive tax cuts for the rich, they're finding plenty of other ways to screw us over and make life hell. You can talk to my mom or roughly 1 in 5 South Carolinians who rely on Social Security as their major retirement income. They're terrified. You've got some 19-year-old Doge dweeb rooting around in government systems, mainlining Four Locos, and messing everything up. If they flip a wrong switch, my mom, your relatives, people that depend on Social Security, they don't get a paycheck, which means they don't get to pay for the heat in their home or their groceries. But I want to give Elon a little bit of credit. I know you're finding that hard to believe, but I'm going to. Somebody said, do you think he does anything right? Yes, this week he did. He finally quit and found government ways. He did do something right.
Well, Tissues, I'm going to disagree with you there. Tim Walz was a good pick. A damn good pick. That man is charismatic. He's quick on his feet. He's intelligent. And he runs his state like a well-oiled machine. One of the best states in the union. I mean, facts are still facts. Shapiro even declined to run anyway. He had already said that. I think they was going with Gretchen Whitmer, Shapiro, Tim Walz, and there was another one. I forget who it was. And it ended up with Tim Walz.
Everybody's getting on Tim Walz because of the VP debate, right? And I don't think he would do that this time. If you, he's no longer trying to be personable to Republicans. He's really off the cuff right now, right?
And
just
I
telling
like
it how
that.
it is. Calling them.
I like that shit.
Yeah, I like it too.
Love that shit.
He is not. He is not mincing words. None of that type of shit. No sugarcoating. It's straight. No right now, man. When it comes to pause, right? So, to me, Tim Walz is somebody you shouldn't get behind because Tim Walz has a record that he can stand on as the best governor in America.
Right.
Tim Walz is the best governor in America, and ain't even close.
Right.
Ain't even close.
That's why you never heard me shit on Tim Walz at all. Because he's a good pick. He's like that uncle, that old uncle, the cool one, the one that everybody wait on, because he always got a good story to tell you. Like, just yeah.
And you don't have to worry about age. He's actually young enough, right? Or he's not that old. Like Tim Walz in his 50s. Yep. So he will be a fairly young president, and
he'd be good.
I want him on. I prefer him. He would be my choice in 2028.
He's 61.
And I would prefer AOC. And I want AOC. Yeah, he's young. I would want AOC to go after Chuck Schumer's seat.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Yes. No,
he said Walz
no Tissues. Nah, no. Tim Walz added to that ticket. That man gave that oomph to the he's like that. He's like the. So what?
You gotta remember when he announced, and he was out there, and they were pushing that the quote unquote these weird, right?
Right.
Because Republicans
weird as fuck. Your shit breaking up again, bro. Yep. They start doing that respectability politics instead of just laying it on the line like Trump was doing. It's funny how they made all these different types of fucking. It's funny how they had all these different standards for Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, but Donald Trump can just walk around talking about Arnold Palmer's dick for 10 minutes and nobody bats an eye at it. This man literally stood on a stage and talked about Arnold Palmer's dick for 10 fucking minutes and not one of y'all batted an eye. Donald Trump talked about Arnold Palmer's dick on stage in real life for 10 fucking minutes. And you talking about Tim Walz, bro? Real? Your mic is sounding bananas, bro. Hey, Callie, your mic sounds horrible. Like you sound like Megatron right now. That thing sound like you sound like RFK right now.
Hold on, is that better? Did it come better?
Tasmanian devil right now.
It clear up?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good now. Now go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, I know what we were doing. So what I was saying is that so when you go back, right, and you go look back, JD Vance was actually talking about how it should be illegal for people to masturbate.
Yeah.
This is what JD Vance said.
The dude who fucks couches.
Yep.
My mind is blown.
But how dare you? You're gonna they're dude trying to stroke his cock. That should be banned. That's gonna make these right wingers even crazier. A lot of these right wingers are incels as is. They need to go. They need to go beat this shit.
Yeah, they need to go beat their shit now, like they're owing money and shit. They need to go do that shit right now. They need to go do that shit right now. They need
This
to go
shit
do
crazy.
that shit right now, dog.
I'm trying to tell you what this shit is. This shit wild, bro. These people gonna sit it, but they gonna tell you though that Kamala is the worst in the world and everything like that. But we're looking at this fucking guy, this fascist piece of shit.
Right.
Currently, and his fascist VP, this whole administration is fascist, and the whole Republican Party.
Oh, what's up, bro? What's up, Carpe Diem? Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
the whole Republican Party is fascist. There's nothing.
I can't, like, the thing is, I can't. I look at Trump and JD Vance, and then I hear criticism of Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, and I instantly get turned off. Like, it instantly enrages the fuck out of me. Like you're gonna compare Tim Walz and Kamala Harris to these
shit.
Fucking retarded couch fucking window lickers over here, who's Donald Trump is on stage acting like he's giving a fucking microphone a fucking BJ while talking about Arnold Palmer's dick at the same time. But look at those people over there. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Like mainstream media, they were when they talk about accomplices, they are the accomplice of the accomplice. These motherfuckers literally suck Donald Trump off every chance they fucking got. Oh, look at them. Oh, they're dancing to Ave Maria. Oh, God. It's wonderful to watch. Get the fuck out of here. This dumbass ain't got no more material to fucking spew out. He's literally just standing on stage, look. Oh, Ave Maria. And he over here thinking about Arnold Palmer's dick. The fuck?
No, you said tissues from MAGA. You wanted to hold a primary with 4 months left. There wasn't enough time, bro. You want to try to run a primary in 4 months.
That wasn't going to happen.
Come on, man. You got to get all these states set up and everything.
You need a couple years to run a good primary. You need a couple years.
Bro, how you going to do all this in 4 months? Not only you got to get ballots.
I don't want to hear none of the shit. I don't want to hear no fucking bad talk about Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I don't want to hear that. When you got Donald fucking Trump, who's been lying his ass off for 4 goddamn years, saying stupid shit for 4 goddamn years after he got kicked out of office the first time, after being twice impeached. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? He just got 34 felonies on him. What the fuck are we talking about here?
But Tissues Mac, you just said, bro, he said, that's my point. They knew Biden was going to step down, or at least wasn't fit, so why not hold a if that's the case, what you should have said was, because what you said left it open for interpretation, right? What you should have said is that the Democrats should have got Joe Biden out of there a whole year before. That's what you should have said. And instead of saying, but once we got down to the last 4 months, it made no sense to run a primary. There was not enough time. Only thing you want to do is alienate a lot of people. People were happy when Kamala got announced. People were excited. She raised a bunch of money, right? A lot of people, her approval rating went up
in less than 4 months. Had fucking crowds of thousands of people there. Just motherfuckers let Donald Trump and Elon Musk fucking pervert reality and twist it into some bullshit that really wouldn't have. Oh, the economy is failing. No, the fuck it wasn't. If you would have took 2 fucking seconds to go and read to the Wall Street Journal or Forbes magazine, where fucking actual economists are talking about the fucking economy, not some retard on TikTok, not some dumbass on Twitter, not some fucking retard on Live Social. If you would have took 3 seconds to go look at it, y'all notice I never said a fucking word about the economy. Because I read what the economist said. That's what they go to school for. They went to school to get degrees in economics. I studied macro and microeconomics in college. I know it goes into it. It's a lot of fucking levers and shit that you got to go through to understand macro and macroeconomics. It's a lot.
You're talking about a woulda coulda situation once again. Like I said, that would require that they get Joe Biden out back and going back to like 2023, maybe 2022. They didn't do that. So it is what it is, bro. We had to go with the cards that we were dealt. That's the real world. So we can imagine all we want, what shoulda, coulda happened. That's not what happened. What happened was we got Kamala Harris, and if people could have got past their feelings, they should have voted for, quote unquote, what you would call, was a lot of people consider, or some people consider lesser of two evils, should have voted for the lesser of two evils. Period. And it shouldn't even have been. It's really not that hard. Kamala Harris was infinitely better. I'm not saying that you're not saying that that you don't think Kamala's way better. It's obvious that Kamala's way better, right? But it is what it is.
Instead of having a competent administration, we got this shit.
Okay. How about social studies standards that teach that President Biden won the 2020 election?
I think our studies should all be taught accurately.
Yes or no?
I think our studies should.
No. The question was, do you believe that social studies standards that teach that President Biden won the 2020 election is an illegal DEI? Yes or no?
I think I've said we should teach accurately. We should.
No, you have not answered the question. I don't understand why you're incapable of answering.
I'm just not giving you the answer you want.
No, I want the answer, whatever your answer is.
I just gave you the answer.
No, the answer is yes or no.
No, the answer is
the answer is yes or no.
Gentle ladies.
Thank you so much. I yield back.
We got this stupid shit. Linda McMahon can't answer a goddamn question. Mashed potatoes can't answer a goddamn question. That fucking stupid garden gnome, Christy Gnome, can't answer a fucking question. Dumbass fucking Pam Bundy, none of them fucking retards know shit. Nothing. We got a bunch of fucking Trump dick eaters as fucking cabinet members. That's all they're there for. To suck Donald Trump off every time he wants something. That's it. Fuck a primary. I don't give a fuck about a primary. Fuck a primary. You don't need a primary when you got somebody as fucking goofy and stupid as Donald Trump. A fucking fascist. This is what this blows my mind. Y'all talk about everything but what the fucking writing on the wall is. My God in heaven, man.
You're talking about a primary.
Shit. Oh man, we could have had a primary. Fuck a primary. You're running against this dumbass over here. He's a fucking idiot.
It was clear that Donald Trump was a real danger. And
he's
to me,
a fucking idiot. He staged the whole coup d'etat. What the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what my first priority was? To make sure that motherfucker wasn't president.
Facts.
That was my first.
That's all I cared about. I didn't want to fuck, dude. I am a United States Marine. I would die a United States Marine. I swore an oath to a constitution to defend this nation against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I swore to it. How am I going to sit here and watch an old draft dodging fat fucking felon fucking whining bitch like a whore? I lost it last. It was rigged. It trying. I love. I watched this bitch ass nigga cry every fucking day. Every time he got on the fucking stage, he cried his ass off like a bitch. When Joe Biden rigged the election, the radical left, then I hear these fucking dumbass goofball retard fucking MAGA dumbasses. See, Donald Trump really won. He really fucking Donald Trump. Get these motherfuckers a titty. God damn. Man, they should have had a primary. Fuck a primary. Fuck a primary. Fuck a. What's more important? Do you want the sanctity of this fucking country to stay in place, or do you want a fucking fascist who's nothing but a grifter who wants to steal everything he wants to steal? That's what he did the first time. Donald Trump was in debt, $1.8 billion in October of last year.
So I get
Trump
all that,
literally
bro,
made 40% of his fucking wealth right the fuck now while he was president. And y'all are here talking about goddamn primaries. Fuck a goddamn primary.
It's like we had the situation that we had. At the end of the day, this is what we were trying to warn
people about.
My
head hurt, dog, for real.
So
that shit made my fucking head hurt.
I didn't really give a damn about the primary.
Damn.
My feelings weren't even hurt over the primary. Nothing. I didn't care about nothing. My priority was just I just didn't want him in. That's all I cared about,
bro. I hope you get what I'm saying, dog. Like the overall scope of all this, primary or not, fuck a primary. You don't want a fucking fascist who's a habitual fucking liar who ran this country into a ground and who cost over 1 million lives because of his fucking dumbassery. This motherfucker literally fired the pandemic response team and ripped up the fucking playbook on how to respond to a pandemic. Then we got hit with a pandemic. Then millions of people died. The economy was in the trash before the pandemic. This motherfucker was stealing money left and right.
No, but I get what Tisha from MAGA said. I get that, bro.
Man,
but I get
where my video at?
You want to reassess.
I gotta find my video, dog. I gotta find my
video. Listen, but you want to reassess. You want to reassess about they should have ran the primary. Yeah, the Democrats have done fucked up shit. I'm not gonna lie about that. But that wasn't the priority. The priority was to stop this motherfucker. That was the priority. Period. That's the only thing I cared about. I wanted to stop him. I wanted to make that abundantly clear. A lot of people really didn't have no idea how bad he was because people don't fucking read. But a lot of Americans are absolutely dumb, morons, and lazy, and don't want to stop for a minute to read. And this is why we end up with candidates. This is why we ended up with people like Donald Trump. Because people refuse to read. People want to watch some videos. People are watching some of these goofy ass comedians out here like Andrew Schultz over here talking about Trump, the Trump administration. I mean, Trump and his team is better because they get bitches. You know how many guys voted for Donald Trump because Andrew Schultz said that Trump is cool because he and the people around him get bitches? This is people voted based on that, and I'm being dead ass serious that people voted just based on the fact that Andrew Schultz said that him and Trump is better. Trump and his people are better because they get bitches. Literally. This is the kind of people we're dealing with. This is why I was trying to talk about the clear present danger. So, unfortunately, a primary probably wouldn't even make that much of a difference.
It did not make a difference, dog. Well, that's what I'm trying to get at. It would not have made a fucking difference. I caught myself falling down that rabbit hole myself and trying to make all these fucking I'm trying to pick. I'm trying to go through this and say this. Well, maybe this would have happened if this would have happened, or maybe that would have. No, bro. No. The thing is, right here in your face, in your fucking face. You had the Republicans, you had the fucking Russians, you had Elon Musk controlling Twitter, you had him controlling algorithms, you had Facebook controlling algorithms to favor Donald Trump. You had mainstream media to favor Donald Trump and saying watch the bullshit he was doing. The Madison Square Garden Nazi Fest. They celebrated that shit like it was some glorious occasion. They did Donald Trump standing his stupid ass out here for 45 minutes dancing to Ave Maria looking like a fucking retard. They sang watch that shit. But meanwhile, they held Kamala Harris to a different fucking standard. They had a microscope to every little thing she said. Every little thing they didn't disband or disrupt or say anything against none of the lies being told about
Oh,
her.
you talking
When
about the
Tulsi
media? Your
Gabbard got
media
her
is
fat,
definitely
stinking,
culpable.
flabby ass on stage with that white fucking pantsuit looking like a fucking Nazi, when she got her stinking ass up there thinking she wanted the Guardians of the Galaxy, she locked up 35,000 people, and you dumbass motherfuckers clap like seals. No research at all. You didn't prove nothing. Didn't even go look it up. Oh, she just locked up a bunch of blacks. She did. I heard, do y'all know how many niggas I heard repeating that dumbass fucking statement? In real life, I'm not talking about on the internet. Fuck the internet. Let's not talk about the internet right now. Fuck the internet. I'm talking about in real fucking life, in political discussions that I had with other people who are family members, friends of mine. We talked about politics. These motherfuckers said, well, that lady got on stage and said Kamala Harris locked up all them black folks, man. See, I can't vote for that, man. I said, dude, did you ever do any research into this lady? Did you even know what the fuck she was even talking about? No, man, I'm just saying that she knew. She must have did her research. She must, but you didn't do it yourself. So you do realize that people are capable of lying, right? And then I pull out my phone and I go and I show you her actual goddamn record. She didn't lock up no 25,000 black folks. How the fuck did you get your number? Y'all voted for a man who Donald Trump thought had an own king over there. He didn't even know he was the president of Puerto Rico. The man used a fucking Sharpie to try to show his expertise in weather detection to try to show the path of a hurricane. Yeah, but primaries though. Fucking primaries. See, the problem with let me tell you what would get the Democratic Party back on fucking track. And listen to me good. What would get the Democratic Party back on track is stop being a bunch of mumbling bunch of pussies and start talking fucking facts, just like I'm doing right the fuck now. Talk fucking facts. Talk to the American people, not at them. Don't go up here with these. We're gonna send Donald Trump a strongly worded letter about his fucking grifting. Fuck that. Run his ass in court. Oh shit. Christy Nome violated the Constitution of the United States by violating due process. Run her ass in court.
Facts.
Do you think
Yo,
for
bro,
1 second, if this was a
I gotta
Democratic
go. I gotta
president
go,
and
but I'm listening, man.
his fucking Homeland Security Secretary was doing the shit Christy Nome's doing, you think the Republicans wouldn't stop 1 second to run their ass in court? You out of your goddamn mind.
Yo, Will, I gotta go, but I'm gonna be listening, bro.
Hey, salute
Appreciate
to
you
you,
for letting
Brody.
me come on, man.
Salute to you, bro.
For sure, for sure. But keep spitting, bro. Keep spitting out these facts.
Boy, just look here, look here. I love y'all. I do. I mean that. I do. I love you. Every last one of y'all love you. You mean to tell me that if this was a Democratic president with a Secretary of Homeland Security like Christy Nome that was out here violating due process every chance they got, running fucking raids and motherfucking arresting fucking mamas at schools and shit. When you lied and said you was going to be arresting the fucking illegals that were criminals. You think for 1 second, for one inkling of a second, that the Republicans wouldn't be running their ass up in court? I got a bridge underwater to sell you in my backyard for $500 million. First come, first serve. Yes, tissues. I agree with that. Merrick Garland was fucking useless. He was fucking useless. He kneecapped the fuck out of Jack Smith, kneecapped the fuck out of him. Sure did. That's a Merrick Garland problem. You can't control the actions of a grown-ass man, can you? Nope. But I guarantee you this, if my black ass was the Attorney General of the United States, guess what? Bill Barr would have been in jail. Trump would have been in jail headlong. Trump would have been in jail the first day I stepped foot in the fucking office. His ass would have been gone. It wouldn't have been no President Trump. He would have been prisoner 3.1237815. That's what his ass would have been. Right there, down there in prison where he belonged. For inciting an insurrection. For damn stealing fucking for stealing classified documents and giving them up to the first bidder. Yes, his ass would have been fucking up the road. You wouldn't have to worry about shit. Nothing. Nathaniel. You wouldn't have to think twice about it because I'm all about right and fucking wrong. I don't give a fuck about political affiliations, none of that shit. I care about right and motherfucking wrong. If you right, I'm with you. I'm with you every time when you're right. When you're wrong, you're dead ass wrong. Like I said, again, the Democrats are too slow to pull the fucking trigger when the Republicans already done empty the clip. They'll sit there and watch. They talk about my colleague this, my colleague. These motherfuckers ain't your colleague. Let's get that straight. Number one, they're an enemy of the state. These motherfuckers aren't patriots. These motherfuckers, hell, ain't even American. These motherfuckers are fascists. Look at fucking Mike. Look at Mike Johnson's stinking ass. Look at this fucking clown. Look at this fucking goofball. The worst fucking House Speaker I ever seen in my life. I thought John Boner was bad. I thought he was terrible. Thought he was. But he wasn't. Mike Johnson, that fucking lying hypocrite, that fucking weirdo, that fucking undercover lover, that motherfucker that's on Grindr looking for dick. Yeah, him. Yeah. These motherfuckers care too much about looking good. They care too much about looking professional. Motherfuckers don't give a fuck about how you're professional or not. No one gives a fuck. No one. Why do you think every time you turn on the news and somebody like Jasmine Crockett says something like, hey, Donald Trump on that bullshit. Now, oh my God, the candor of her candor is just out of control. How do Dems respond to that? And then you have some fucking dumbass like Cory Booker or fucking Hakeem Jeffries going out trying to chastise her instead of chastising Donald Trump, who says fucking shit on a live mic as president. Sir, you are absolutely right. All they had to do was put somebody, the Democrats, when they had the power, when Joe Biden was the president, all they had to do was put some bodies at the Attorney General, Homeland Security, and the FBI. Put some, and those three in particular. Put those three, and in the Secretary of fucking Education. You put somebody there. Who's going to form a barrier just in case a dumb fuck like Trump rolls into office again. Because obviously, if you could tell by the way shit's going now, none of that shit was done. That's another thing the Democrats didn't do. They didn't safeguard any protections of our civil rights and civil liberties at all. All they did was go in there and try to pretend that they were doing good. That's yet another reason why I left the Democratic Party and why I'm an independent. Because a party without order is a party of chaos. Look at the Republicans. The Democrats, they literally shit the bed every time they get an opportunity. Like right now. If I was a Democrat, if I was a congressman or a senator as a Democrat, I would be ringing bells every time. I would be breaking my left ankle trying to get in front of a camera so I can shit on Trump and Elon. And then talk about what we did when Joe Biden was fucking president. He got the numbers right there. The numbers are right there in your fucking face. Joe Biden ran one of the best administrations in history. Those are facts. Period. If I was the president, I would have stacked that Supreme Court 13. I would have added 4 more justices. Sure the fuck would have. I would have been campaigning with the House Speaker and the fucking Senate Majority Leader or the Minority Leader. Either one. I've been campaigning all day long and twice on. See, when the American people see you doing shit, like doing actual shit, my ass would have had all of them. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, get your ass in here. Here's what we need to do. We obviously know we got a MAGA majority in the Supreme Court, and they're going to do nothing but aid and abet fucking Donald Trump. What we need to do is get in front of this shit and get in front of it now. Now, before we be kicking ourselves in the ass later on down the road. Y'all don't see the writing on the wall? As soon as I would have heard about them going in front of the Supreme Court campaigning for Donald Trump to have absolute immunity, that would have been the end of that shit. Nope. Nope. That's how you kill that bug right there. You cut that shit off right when you see it. You don't wait for it. See, Merrick Garland's problem is he let it fester. He let Donald Trump build a campaign around that lie. He let him build that shit up, build that shit up, build that shit up. Have all those people out here running around repeating that bullshit lie that Donald Trump had the election stolen from his ass. You got dumbass fucking Republicans in fucking congressional seats and Senate seats reverberating that same lie because hell, they had a part of that fucking insurrection too. But ain't nobody bring no light to them. Nobody. Hell yeah, sir. We need to invite some motherfuckers like me in there. Like I said, every time I hear a Democrat call these motherfuckers colleagues, I want to punch one of them in the face. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? They don't see you as a colleague. They see you as a doormat. And they walk all over your ass every chance y'all give them. And y'all give them plenty of chances, like right now. Where's the Democrats in the fight for the American citizens? Where? Writing mean-spirited letters to the motherfuckers stealing money from them? When at the moment I would have found out Donald Trump trying to get a $400 million planes from Qatar, court, I'm filing an injunction. You got to hold the line for them. See, the thing about it is the way to save the tissue from MAGA, the way you save the Democratic Party, this is how you do it. You fucking fight. You run their ass in the court every fucking chance you get, just like the Republicans did. The Republicans do that shit all the fucking time. They do it every fucking time. They running back and forth to court every time. When Joe Biden, case in example, when Joe Biden wanted to make life easier for people like me who went to college, who got college debt, the Republicans did what? They ran their goofy asses to court to stop. They ran an injunction in court and stopped Joe Biden from doing so. Teachers, you getting it now. You getting my frustration. You understanding where I'm coming from now. My frustrations is the Republicans can take advantage of every little tool they have, whether they're the minority or not. They take advantage of it every fucking time. And if 2017 didn't show you shit, it should have showed you that once they get power, they're going to pass their fucking agenda. Whether you like it or you don't like it, they're going to pass their agenda. Trump tested the water the first time in 2017 with the Tax Cutting Jobs Act. He tested that water first. And when they got that shit passed, he's like, oh yeah, we in the money now. All I gotta do is convince enough of these fucking retards that I need to be president again, and we back in the money, baby. Why ain't nobody questioning why Ivanka and Jared Kushner and motherfucking Don and Eric retarded asses are all getting all this fucking meme coin money and all these fucking deals overseas, and y'all building new Trump properties in Dubai and motherfucking the UAE and Qatar. Why ain't nobody talking about that shit? Why ain't you hear no stories or none of this shit or no hell being raised by no Democrats about that shit? And I'm talking about it as an independent. Why y'all think that? Why? Why do y'all think I need that? Why do you think I say that? I say that because that looks like you're actually fighting for the American people when you running their ass to court. No matter what they get on Fox News and say. No matter what they get on there and say. Yep, tissues. Now you getting it. See, like I said, when the Republicans want something done, oh, they're gonna get it done. They're gonna get it done. Democrats, when they have power, they'll let the Republicans spit in their face and say they ain't shit 9 million times under the sun, dog. They don't care. They have no care in the world. All they see is their fucking agenda getting done. That's it. That's all. That is it. That is all. In reality, every last one of those fucking Republicans are cowards. Everyone, including their fucking Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. He's the biggest bitch of all of them. A bitch. Donald Trump is a bitch. Vladimir Putin showed you he was a bitch. Plenty of times. In Helsinki, y'all should have seen that shit. In Helsinki, Donald Trump in Helsinki in 2017 stood on that stage right beside Putin, and Putin looked at him and smirked. What happened when he got on stage with Barack Obama? Oops. He didn't have that smirk on his face. Barack Obama stared a hole in his bitch ass. Walked right up to him, looked him right dead in his eye. Mm-hmm. So you ain't gonna get that shit off, big dog. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Vladimir Putin showed you that Donald Trump was benevolent to him. Oh, there's plenty of them, GG. There's plenty of them. There's plenty of the motherfuckers that pretended to be Democrats to run as Republicans. Like John Fetterman. Like Christian Cinema. Like, boy, the list goes on and on. You can see it in their actions. Susan Collins, that's another one. You got plenty of examples to work from. There's no people you need to primary. Look. The thing about it is, it's like you have so many expectations for Democrats running for office or while they're in office. You got an expectation for candor. You got an expectations of vernacular. You have an expectation of how they treat you, how they respond to media. You got all these expectations, but there's absolutely no expectation for how MAGA is to act. There's none. Donald Trump says the most outlandish, stupidest shit all the fucking time, but no one says nothing about it. They just brush it off like it's, oh man, it's just the Republicans. You know, bro, that's how they act, bro. That's just how they act. So y'all kick that shit off. You saying wash it. You make it look like it's okay and it's normal when it's not. It's fucked up. As an independent, which one? Because I know an independent won't ever make president. I know that. That's why I vote majority. I still lean left. I still vote Democrat because I'm smart. I vote Democrat because they're way better of a party than the fucking Republicans will ever be. There's nothing that the Republican platform offers me at all. Nothing. As a black man and as middle class in America, there is nothing they offer me. Absolutely nothing. All they offer is racism, hate, division, and stupidity. That's all they offer. And as if it ain't obvious by now, people love to buy bullshit, and they sell bullshit by the platinum. They sell it by the pound in the Republican Party, dog. They sell it by the pound. All they got to do is come up, man. Hunter Biden's laptop, and here you go. Y'all lap it up like fucking dumbasses. And then I got a question for you. What political position has Hunter Biden ever held in the United States of America? Why is it important to get to the bottom of Hunter Biden's laptop? Why the fuck does it matter? I'll tell you why. It don't. Never has. It was only because when Trump tried to withhold money from Ukraine that got him impeached, he couldn't find no dirt on Joe Biden. So he went to the next best thing, his drug addicted son, which is some weak ass shit. It's weak as fuck. Yep, Cassidy, exactly. You got Jesse Lee Peterson, goofy ass Coonan and soft. Man, these motherfuckers, boy, I tell you. Meanwhile, ain't nobody got a hold of that server that Ivanka had in her house, have they? But Hillary's laptop, Hillary's computer, Hunter Biden's laptop, right? 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 That's what I thought. Like I said, the Democrats problem is this. They're weak. Their leaders are fucking trash. Hakeem Jeffries sounded good at first. I didn't never even say anything about Hakeem Jeffries, but I wanted to wait. I wanted to watch. Because again, I don't give a fuck about your words. Has Hakeem Jeffries delivered some great speeches while he was on the floor as a congressman? Yes. But I don't give a fuck about words. What do I always say? I say it's not what you say, it's what you do that defines who you are. That is the true definition and the true essence of a human being. You're defined by your actions. Your actions tells what's in your heart. Because motherfuckers have told me they love me and hated and their actions showed me they hated me at the same damn time. How can those two exist in the same space at the same damn time? Your actions it's the equal sign. Word plus word equals action. That action should equate to what the problem is. Shut up, man. Tissues, that's what they are. Grifter coons. That's it. And they seen there was a pathway to make some money. Scamming off of being the black faced white supremacists on the internet. Jason Fatlock get his fat ass on the internet talking shit about black folks all the time. Candace Owens made it her business to get on the internet to try to shit on Kamala Harris every chance she got. The same bitch that wore a White Lives Matter t-shirt, her and Kanye West. I don't take none of them bastards, none of them serious. None of them. But the Republican Party, they did something very, 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 very exclusive. And then it was only exclusive to the Republican Party. They had an echo chamber of bullshit going everywhere. You see Charlie Cook, you see PragerU, you see Turning Cunts, you see all these motherfuckers everywhere singing Donald Trump's praises, reverberating that bullshit lie that the election was stolen. All that shit. They did all of it in an echo chamber. And it's all going around. And then mainstream media started siphoning that shit up every chance they got. Just like when Donald Trump was president the first time. Did the same fucking thing. Same thing. Same thing. Same exact thing. Which is sad to me. It really is sad. Makes my it makes my head hurt. Like the thing is, I've seen Democrats online just after the election was over. I seen the fucking Democrats come out with their bullshit excuses and all this and all that and blah 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 blah. I said, you know what? That's the reason why you fucking lost anyway. That's why you fucking lost. Because you goofballs still forget the fact that you doing all this dumbass infighting and you shitted on Joe Biden. You literally shitted on that man. You shitted on him. I'm not fooled by none of this shit. I'm not moved by it. Man, you better. You better, Sheldon. Damn, Mahar. It's amazing. It's amazing that I watch all these people get baited in, suckered in to believe that Donald Trump and Elon Musk just man, listen, Jax. I don't believe none of this shit. I don't. You know why? Because Donald Trump and Elon Musk are one and the same. Both con men, both liars, both grifters. They both that. They're both equal fucking ain't shit motherfuckers. That's what they are. They're both equal ain't shit motherfuckers. Yep, carpe diem. That's right. Americans treat politics like a spectator sport. They're too stupid to understand that city council, mayor, governor, house rep, senator, judges, sheriffs all have a meaningful impact on their lives. That is a fact. That is a fact. That's why most of these people who get on here talking about Trump, Trump this, Trump that, most of them motherfuckers ain't never voted in a local election in their lives. Don't even know who their city adjutant is. Don't know who the city council is. Don't know who the mayor is. Don't know who shit is. None. They don't know nothing about their local governments, nor do they care. Why? Because people get easily sucked into that presidential because it's more fucking mainstream and online and shit. No one gives a fuck about that shit. Carter 6 is dropping tonight. I wonder is this gonna be trash. Yep, sir, that is correct. Motherfuckers idolize they idolize fucking people's wealth. Like they're gonna get a piece of it. That's the wild part to me. You idolizing somebody else's pockets like they're gonna give you some because you dick riding them. Jax, that's the whole. See, that's why I say Reagan can burn in hell, cause he mainstreamed the fucking trickle down economics bullshit theory. That's what he did. I want y'all to listen to this big fat ass felon though. Steve Bannon looks like he ain't took a bath in years.
SpaceX. President Trump tonight should sign an executive order calling for the Defense Production Act to be called at SpaceX and seize SpaceX tonight before midnight. The U.S. government should seize it. If a guy's going to sit there and start making quotes, also, as Stuart Stevens talked back in January, I don't know why we haven't had a full investigation. Look, if you're going to deport illegal aliens, you got to deport illegal aliens. The good go with the good, the goose and the gander. They got to go back to this, as Stuart Stevens talked about, and go through everything about his immigration status. I happen to believe, given the facts that I've been shown, that he's an illegal alien, and illegal aliens got to be deported. Also, this drug use is reported in the New York Times. The drug use in the New York Times, if that's a fact, that ought to be investigated. You can't have a security clearance, Jack Posobiec, as you know. Jack, if somebody in your unit had that type of...
Yep, like Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon is calling for the deportation of fucking Elon Musk. I can't listen too much of Steve Bannon because that dirty, unwashed fucking damn that motherfucker there. That unwashed fucking styrofoam container, that motherfucker there. Like think about it. Most of these people who voted for Trump voted for him because they expected him. See, the way we measure a good president versus how MAGA measures Trump is way different. They measure Trump on the basis of how much damage he can cause to other people at their enjoyment while stealing billions from them. We measure by actual policy, actual policies, actual policies. Steve Bannon look like he ain't took a bath in forever. He look like he funky. He look like he stank. Y'all tell me Steve Bannon and Trump look like they both fucking stink. Tell me again. Nah, Scott Besant gave Elon Musk that black eye. That KKK Caroline bitch, she a fucking liar who wears she a stunned cross while lying her ass off, bearing false witness. Just that's crazy. And you know what? What else stifles the fuck out of me? They talk about Elon Musk's drug usage, which I know he's a ketamine Klansman. That's what I call him. But at the same time, y'all do know Donald Trump's on drugs too, right? Do y'all remember that the presidential debate where he was every time he talk, he's sniffing? Yes, carpe diem. This is what these fucking dumbasses don't get. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, both of them are scamming to see who can steal the most from the American people and get away with it. Like, and then the thing is, people on Twitter right now is acting like this whole Epstein thing is something new. We all knew this shit. They acting like I want to do an investigation into Joe Biden. We knew Joe Biden was old. Yes, Zeke girl, that is a fact. That dirty, shitty ass pamper he wearing. He probably shit on himself this morning when Elon started tweeting at his ass. Like, just fucking disgusting. Just looking at looking at Elon Musk and looking at fucking Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon looked like he ain't bathing. Good God. He look like he ain't bathed in like 20,000 years. That motherfucker looks dirty, dingy, just disgusting. Just, he looks like he, well, y'all look, tell me Steve Bannon don't look like he just came from a crib. Tell me. Carpe diem, me and you in the same boat, buddy. I still can't believe how in the fuck we got here. How we get here? How do we get here? How do we get here? I'll tell you how. Stupidity, ignorance, misinformation, disinformation, Russia, and fucking dumbassery. That's how we got here. Like, wow. This shit sucks. This shit fucking sucks. That's true too. Rizzy, what's up, family? Yep, dumbass. We in dumb fucking stand right now. We are in dumb fucking stand right now. It's just. The Democrats got a whole layup right here in front of them. Right here. While Elon Musk and Donald Trump are acting like they mad at each other, the Democrats could be taking. I would be on every fucking TV show. Do y'all not get that? Do y'all not get that? I would be. Trump fuck up everything every time he wake up. Yep, Zeke girl, that's my problem. Some of the most poorly educated motherfuckers in the world live here. Just disgusting. Disgusting. We could have had her. I am so proud to have voted for this lady. I am. We could have had her. Extensive vernacular, got common sense, has a soul, ain't an old sniveling fucking dumbass grifter. We could have had her. But nope. You couldn't have that smart lady. Couldn't have her. Oh no, that skin's a little stench too brown, a little tint too brown for you. Just wow. We could have had that boy. mm, 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 mm. Boy, I tell you what. Well, it did. Yep. You're right, Callie. Sure did. Ignorance, racism, stupidity, dumbassery, and dumb fuckery. Yeah. And you're right, Callie, when we was talking earlier, there'll be a fool to try to put another woman on the ticket. There'll be a fool. Even though I love the thought of having Kamala Harris run as president again, because America's too misogynistic and racist for either of that to happen. Y'all, I'm still, maybe I'm in my feelings now. Maybe I'm in my feelings. But we could have had this.
Hi, can you come to my graduation, please? Of course.
We could have. Calm down, Will. Calm down. It's all right. We could have had this. We could have had somebody with a soul. Somebody with a soul. I'm trying not to, Mahara. It's just fucking wild. Cause I'm just sitting over here thinking of how things could have been 10,000 times better than what it is now. Kamala Harris went to Compton High School's graduation today. No, I ain't even read about that. I've been so obsessed with politics, I ain't read much of nothing else. Hmm. Yeah, I'm finna go take a shower and go to bed. Cause yeah, this shit's just frustrating. Oh boy. Such is life though. Such is life. Such is life. Such is life. Hmm. I ain't even dog. I ain't even watched the NBA finals. I ain't even started on it. Shit. Mm. Well, I'm going to sleep. I'm gonna take a bath. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to the LDBC. Shout out to all y'all, man. Everybody who subscribed, hit the like button and that good stuff. Everybody who done donated to the channel, I appreciate y'all. I do. But this shit makes me mad. Yeah. It makes me mad. Infuriated. Y'all have a good night, man.